This is all entertainment purposes only. Just ask your own Alexa. You might be surprised from the results.
Alexa, where does Hurricane Beryl make landfall in the United States?
From fandom.com. After forming, Beryl remained well offshore the east coast of the United States as it headed to the north, then to the northeast, where it made landfall in Nantucket Island.
Alexa, does Hurricane Beryl make landfall in Louisiana?
From nasa.gov. On the morning of July 1st, Hurricane Beryl made landfall on Karisu Island as a Category 4 storm with maximum sustained winds of 150 miles, 240 kilometers, per hour.
Alexa, where does Hurricane Beryl make landfall, in Texas or Louisiana?
From fandom.com. Hurricane Beryl made landfall in Texas, impact quite severe.
Alexa, does Florida feel the impacts of Hurricane Beryl?
From SiouxCityJournal.com. The storm will not impact Florida or the East Coast.
Alexa, does Hurricane Beryl Alexa.
Yes, Hurricane Beryl is a major hurricane that is forecasted to remain major through midweek. Beryl is considered a dangerous hurricane that could produce life-threatening conditions with its high winds, heavy rain, and storm surge. Residents in the path of the hurricane are advised to closely monitor its progress and heed any warnings and instructions from local authorities.
Alexa, does Hurricane Beryl make landfall in Texas at what category?
From fandom.com. Beryl then peaked at 105 miles per hour, 165 kilometers per hour, before it made landfall on Texas as a Category 2 hurricane.
Alexa, on what date does Hurricane Beryl make landfall in Texas?
From fandom.com. Beryl then moved northward before making landfall over Texas on July 14th.
Alexa, would Florida get any flooding because of Hurricane Beryl?
From weather.com. Serious flooding unfolded Wednesday in the Miami-Dade and Broward County areas of South Florida, prompting a rare flash flood emergency warning to be issued by the National Weather Service.
Alexa, does the Tampa Bay area get any flooding because of Hurricane Beryl?
From timesunion.com. The storm also brought flooding to the streets of Tampa and other communities.
Alexa, on what day does Hurricane Beryl make Florida have flooding?
From Miami.com. Although more rain could trigger additional isolated Florida flooding on Friday, forecasters say the strong, persistent storms that dumped up to 20 inches, 50 centimeters, in southern parts of the state appear to have passed.
Alexa, on what day can Florida expect flooding because of Hurricane Beryl?
From kpax.com. All of South Florida remains under a flood watch until at least Friday night as more storms are forecast in the coming days that could drop an additional 4 to 8 inches of rain.
Alexa, how many people died because of Hurricane Beryl?
From tag24.com. 6 people have died in the Caribbean after Hurricane Beryl, the strongest of its kind ever recorded at this time of year, wreaked havoc across several islands.
Alexa, what impacts does Jamaica have because of Hurricane Beryl?
Because of Hurricane Beryl, Jamaica was affected by wind, rain, and storm surge. The hurricane passed close to the Dominican Republic and Hispaniola, and brought life-threatening conditions to both countries. Despite the impacts of the hurricane, no significant damage or casualties were reported from Jamaica.
Alexa, will Florida or Louisiana be impacted by Hurricane Beryl?
From SiouxCityJournal.com. The storm will not impact Florida or the East Coast.
Alexa, what impacts does Louisiana have because of Hurricane Beryl?
Hurricane Beryl caused significant impacts in Louisiana, leading to power outages for approximately 230,000 people. The storm's strong winds damaged power lines and infrastructure, hindering the restoration efforts. Additionally, rainfall from Beryl caused localized flooding, further exacerbating the challenges faced by residents and emergency response teams.
Alexa, did Texas piss off anybody from the elites?
I don't know that one.
Alexa, why is there so many things happening to Texas?
There is no single cause for all the things that are happening in Texas. Texas is a large and diverse state with many different regions and environments. Different parts of Texas are affected by different factors, such as climate change, economic issues, or political decisions.
Alexa, how bad will Hurricane Beryl affect Texas?
From Wikipedia.org. The remnants of Beryl produce locally heavy precipitation peaking at about 12 inches, 300 millimeters, in east central Texas, resulting in some reports of flash flooding.